Here on Shift Focus, we like to bring you a good, healthy dose of fun and entertainment. Now don't worry, we also do have the intellectual. But if you're thinking of the corporate world and you don't like to hear about it, then why not come out and pick a book by Ravi Subramanium called Devil in Pinstripes? And guess what? The book's just being launched. This author released his first book, If God Was a Banker, over 3 years ago. And back then, he thought he'd be lucky even if a handful turned up at the launch. Now, having completed a hat trick with his latest book on human drama in a world of finance and banking, Devil in Pinstripes by Ravi Subramanium has managed to increase his audience base many times over. The recipient of the Golden Quill Reader's Choice Award was in town to unleash this book.
I write about the real world because I think people today want to know what's going on. People want to know what's going on in the corporate world. People want to know how corporate world works. What does it look like? What does it feel like working in any corporate? And that's the reason why I write about corporates, why I write about politics, why I write about relationships in corporates, why I write about frauds in corporates. It's natural for me to write about banks because I've worked in the bank for 15 years. And hence I think I just give readers what they want to read and what they don't know.
Ravi Subramaniam's writing delves into the competitive foreign banking and the current crisis that engulfs this sector. The Devil in Pinstripes follows the life-changing decisions banker Amit makes in relation to his family, his job and friends, and how everything is not as it seems. One look at the title though, and it does conjure up the image of the book turned into movie Devil Wears Prada, although that's a whole other story.
Normally associated with somebody who's good, with a thoroughbred corporate executive who's completely ethical, nice, pinstriped, soft, politically, morally, ethically correct. And I had to bring about politics in an organization. And when I had to bring about politics in an organization, one had to have a pinstripes in it because that's the ultimate in purity in corporate life. And then one had to bring the right opposite, which is the devil. And that's the reason I said, okay, what will happen when a devil gets into pinstripes? And that's the reason why I came out of the title that said Devil in Pinstripes.
The feeling of being with a bank is that it gives you an exposure into a lot of things that Ravi talks about in the book. As a banker, I have seen these experiences in real time. And Ravi's book gives an opportunity for the wider audience to get to know about his books in much more detail and also about the banking industry. I think that is one of the major highlights of Ravi's books, and that is why I like reading him. Because one, it helps me to remember about all the incidences that has happened earlier, and also it gives the other people to know what actually happens in a banking environment.
Now surely books cannot always be everyone's cup of tea. So now if it's not books but you like music, then the next story is the audio launch of Ballet Pandya, and we got you the exclusive for it. Young, fresh and happy. That's the theme surrounding the love story, which is the new Tamil flick Ballet Pandya. Most of the film being shot in Pondicherry, the music composer Devan Ekambaram promises that the tunes are easy to the ear.
This should be one very, very huge attraction, this song, Happy. Mainly because, first of all, it's an a cappella, whereby there's no instrumentation, it's only voices for everything. And again, like 15 to 20 singers have sung in it.
But that's not all. The USP of the film has the singers playing 20 different roles in a high-spirited track called Happy. But as it may be, the lead lady seems to think otherwise.
No, it's not lie. Trust me, I'm the biggest USP of the film. Ask Siddharth.
Ask Gibran.
Ask Siddharth.
The story, however, is nothing out of the ordinary, featuring a young boy played by Vishnu from a middle-class family who travels to Chennai in search of a good job.
The beginning of the movie itself, there'll be a very new concept which the director wanted to say. The beginning of the film itself, it's on the hero. So that itself will give that will make the audience sit through the rest of the movie for sure.
With a name that speaks a positive language, Ballet Pandya might bring respite to an otherwise dull day. Alright, with that, it's time to say goodbye or shift focus. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Now remember, if you've liked the show, you've got to send us your feedback. So remember, the email ID to mail us on is feedback@ndtv-hindu.com. Until next week, this is Dipti Kumar saying goodbye and be good.